Hello students of the 9th grade, here we meet again. Today we are starting a new module. We are going to have the module supporting the others, helping hands. But what are we going to have during this hour? We are going to have reading activities, pre-reading activities, while reading activities, post-reading activities, and some exercises related to vocabulary. So let's start. Here we have got some photos. And as you can see, here are some photos of problems people are facing nowadays around the world. Let's have a look together at them. Famine, war, poverty, and here we have homelessness. Let's go on. Unemployment, disease, racial discrimination, illiteracy. Pra illiteracy do thot analfabetizmi. And now let's have a look together what are the two most serious problems our world is facing. Of course, you have got your opinion, but maybe we share the same. So, to my opinion, poverty and famine are the most serious problems we are facing nowadays. We as people must make sure that all the people, that everyone has enough to eat and has a place to sleep or to live, so people would have a better place to live. And now, here we have exercise number 1. Read the quote. What message does it carry? Let's read the quote together. My hope is to make people realize they are capable of much more than they think. And this is said by Katie Spotts. What is the message that Katie wants to give with this quote? Well, by this message, Katie wants to say that we should believe in ourselves. As well, we should feel very confident. If we have a desire, we should believe and be confident to ourselves. As well, people should know that, should realize that nothing is impossible, provided that you do your best. You should follow your dreams. And now here we have a text. The title of the text is Going to the Extra Mile to Help. We are going to read the text together, and then I'm going to explain some new vocabulary to you. So let's start reading the text. Sometimes people are kinder and more generous than we can ever imagine. So we have decided to honor young people all over the world who have worked hard and who have really gone that extra mile to help a cause. In the spotlight this week is Katie Spotts, who became the youngest person to row solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Breaking a record, however, was not Katie's only ambition. She wanted to do something far more important than accomplish a personal goal. The 22-year-old American girl rowed an incredible 4,533 kilometers from Senegal to Guyana in her 6-meter rowing boat to raise money and awareness for the Blue Planet Run Foundation, whose objective is to get clean drinking water to over 1 billion people worldwide. Katie rowed over 10 hours a day for 70 days and raised over $70,000 for the foundation. She hopes her feat will encourage other young people as well. Do you know any more stories about amazing young people who have overcome obstacles to help others? Please post them here. So this is the comment of Katie, what Katie has written. And now let's read other comments. Here we have got another comment by Lizzie. So what is Lizzie saying here? Wow, Katie really deserves our respect. I know of another person who did something physically difficult to help a charity. An 18-year-old named Chris Albertine once broke his ankle so badly that the doctor said he might never walk properly again. Amazingly, he climbed 6,000 meters to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro Africa's highest mountain. He did it with 59 other students, and together they raised a total of £138,000 for Child Reach International, a charity that helps children and their families who live in poverty. And now we have another comment. It is posted by Nate. Let's read this comment together. Both Katie and Chris are a true inspiration to everyone. Here in Lincoln, England, there is an 18-year-old named Luke Birch, who is a bit of a local hero. He swam 33 kilometers across the cold waters of the English Channel for charity. The scary thing is that he got stung by a jellyfish. Unfortunately, the rules of the charity event didn't allow him any assistance, so he kept swimming, despite the pain of the sting. It must have been tough for him with the rough waters and windy conditions. He raced, but Luke persisted and arrived in France after 14 hours. Thanks to his determination, he raised £7,885 for Macmillan Cancer Support in the UK and Planting Promise, a charity that helps build schools in Sierra Leone. Luke really overcame obstacles to help people in need. And now we have the new vocabulary that you might have had during the reading exercise. What is the spotlight? Spotlight means the public eye, pra në qendër të vëmendjes. And here we've got an example. Mike was desperate to make a career in television news, as he always enjoyed being in the spotlight. Overcome obstacles, to get through difficult situations. For example, Steve had a lot of difficulty at university, but he overcame all the obstacles and managed to graduate, pra të tej kalosh vështirësitë. And now we have the word row. Row means to sit in a boat and move it in the sea by using oars, pra vozit in Albanian. Get stung. What is to get stung? To be wounded by an insect, and often or usually it releases poison into the wound. Pra të pickohesh nga një insekt dhe zakonisht me helm. Assistance, it means help or aid. Let's have an example. Can I be of any assistance, madam? Persist, it means to keep trying. Pra të këmbgulësh, të jesh këmbgulës në diçka. For example, if you persist in your efforts at school, you will pass your exams. Then we have fit. Fit is an impressive or difficult activity. For example, traveling around the world in a small yacht is an amazing feat. In Albanian, it may be translated sfid. Despite, it is the synonym of in spite of, which means pavarësisht. For example, the boy managed to finish the bicycle race despite the fact that he had two flat tires. The last one, charity. Charity is a foundation to raise money to help those in need, as our three young people had done to raise money for a special cause. And now we have the post-reading exercises. We have got here 6 sentences, and we are going to say together if these sentences are true or false. The first one. Katie's only goal was to raise money for charity. So, what was her goal? Just to raise money? No, of course. Her goal was to raise money, but as well to raise awareness to the foundation. So, this is false. Number 2. Katie wanted to bring the work of Blue Planet to people's attention. And, of course, this is true. This was one of her primary goals. Number 3. Chris broke his ankle while climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. Do you remember from the text? Did he break the ankle while he was climbing the mountain? Of course not. He had already broken the ankle when he decided to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. So this is false. Chris raised money to help people walk again. What was the purpose that Chris was trying to climb the Mount Kilimanjaro? He had a cause for it. Was this cause to make people walk again? No, of course. So this is false. Number 5. Luke received medical treatment after being stung by a jellyfish. Do you remember? Luke, he was swimming across the Atlantic and unfortunately he got stung. But did he got the medical assistance? No, he didn't, because this was against the rules. So this is false as well. Luke raised money for 2 causes, and this is true. Let's go on with another exercise. Exercise number 3. Which headings best describe each entry? Pra kemi Katie, Chris dhe Luke. We have got here 4 topics, and you are going to tell us who from these people belong, or which heading best describe the 5 topics. Rowing for water. Who was rowing for water? And it was Katie. She was rowing for drinking water. Do you remember? Girl races record. Amount for charity. Who did this? And it was Katie again. Crossing the channel for charity. Do you remember who crossed the channel for charity just by swimming? It was Luke. Reaching the sky for the others, climbing the highest top of the mountain, and it was Chris. Mountain adventure. Despite the fact that he wanted to raise awareness, or he wanted to raise money for a cause, he was a mountain adventurer as well. So who was he? It was Chris again. And now we have another exercise. Match the words. We are going to match the words in column 1 with the words that are in the next column. These words form phrases that appeared in the text. What are these words? Raise, charity, encourage, break, personal, drinking, overcome, and make are in the first column. And then we have water, awareness, a difference, obstacles, a record, people, event, and a goal. Now, let's have a look at the first one. Raise. So we have raise awareness, to make people aware of something. And then we have charity event. What is a charity event? A charity event is an event organized to raise money for a special cause. Encourage people. What does it mean to encourage people? To make people want to do something, right? To push them to their limits. Then we have to break a record. We have the word personal, which is matched with personal goal. Then we have drinking water. What is drinking water? Water, clean water that we can drink. Then we have overcome obstacles, which means to go through difficult situations. The last one is to make a difference. And now let's go on with another exercise. What have we got here? We have got some sentences. We are going to put the words in the sentences below. Managing to get to the moon is certainly one of man's great, and what do you think? What is the correct word that we need here? It is feats. It is one of the greatest feats. The other word we're going to use are poverty, so means people being very poor. Then we have inspiration, which means to have a great influence in somebody. Determination, when you persist doing something. Then we have feats, so they are thrilling activities or exciting activities. Ambition, a great desire to do something, and funds. Let's go on with the other sentences. His was to break the world record, and he did it. So what do you think? What word best describes or best fits this meaning? And it is ambition, his great desire, his great ambition. The next one, Lenny showed great and managed to finish the marathon. So what do you think? What is the word? And it is determinations or persistence, right? the World Bank gives to help a variety of humanitarian projects. So gives may be money, right? Another word to express that is funds. Millions of people live in without clean water or electricity. So these are our basic needs. And if we don't have these basic needs, it means we live in poverty. So the word here is poverty. His achievement was to his family to continue what he started. So an influence is another word for this. And in English, the synonym of this word is exactly inspiration. Here we have got the phrasal verb look. We have already explained what are phrasal verbs, and today is a turn of the verb look. But what particles do we add to verb look to have a different meaning? We are going to have the explanation here together. We have look after, which means to take care of something. Then we have to look around, to walk around and see. We have to look back, to think about an event in the past, pra të kujtohesh. Then we have look for, to search for, kërkoj. Then we have to look into, which means to investigate. Look out for, to pay attention what is happening around you. And then we have look over, which means to examine a situation. And the last one, to look up, to find a word in a dictionary. So these are the phrasal verbs with look. Now, in the sentences that we have, you are going to read the sentence and you're going to choose which particle best describes the meaning of the sentence. Let's go on. The police are looking the theft at the museum. They think it was an inside job. So what do you think? Which of these particles is the best one? And it is into. Looking into, are looking into, which means to investigate inside the building. You can look up or over the doctor's number in the phone book. So do you remember what is to look for a number in to look up, to find a number, a word in a dictionary, for example, or a number in the phone book. So the correct word here is to look up. Number 3, who is going to look after or around the children when you are away, which means to take care of. So the other word having the same meaning, or the phrasal verb having the same meaning with take here, is exactly look after. The next one, Dave is looking back or for his glasses. He can't find them, so he's searching his glasses, right? So the correct particle is look for. Number 5, he had no idea what dangers to look for or out for in the forest. So what dangers he was going to come around in the forest, and it's exactly out for. Now we have an exercise with prepositions. These prepositions appeared exactly in the text, and if you have been careful while listening or reading your text, you will have no difficulty in doing this exercise. We should help people for or in need. So the correct phrase is in need, pra në nevojë. Then we have a lot of people live on or in poverty. So we say in poverty. Thanks to or of his determination, they raised £3,000 for or of charity. So the expression is thanks to, here it is, and raised for charity, pra imblodhi për bamirësi. The last one, he brought the problem to people's attention. So to attract, to have a compact or to have an influence on people's attention. And thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this hour. See you in the next session.